in this video to say that I was trying to make YouTube videos about cooking, and really I was trying to keep myself busy. I had previously made videos about gang stalking, and it got really hot over the summer, and this system of oppression called gang stalking keeps you, it blocks your opportunities. They sabotage you at every turn, and they make things impossible. And they constantly remind you, they want you to know that even if you try, you're not going to get anywhere. And I'm still going to try. I'm still going to try anyway. And who knows? In the future, this may get out there, and all of the abuse that they're doing to us may be discovered. And I really think that for anyone who's going through the type of abuse that I'm going through, you have to hope that it will stop and that they will be caught. They hide it because it's wrong, and we have to keep trying. And so I was one thing that I tried to do was stay busy by cooking, and I learned how to cook, and I had a lot of fun doing that. I keep to myself. I stay away from the gang stalkers as much as I can, and to some degree that has worked for me, but it's unhealthy. Like, I'm gaining weight. I'm not able to go out. I'm not able to function like a normal person should be. I am not free. I don't have, if you're 10% free, you're not free. Do you know what I mean? Um, I once got a comment that said, "Well, you're posting these videos, you're commenting on it. Aren't you free?" It's like, just because I can post a video, you don't see everything that we go through, and that's deliberately how they do it that way, for a reason. It's covert. They abuse you in ways that you will see and others won't. It will blend in for others, but you know what they've done to you in the past, and they're reminding you. They keep those wounds open. It's abuse, it's happening to people. And some of us who are speaking out are some of the first who are speaking out, and someday this may be well known and discovered. Um, so, as of right now, I do not expect people to understand anyway. Um, Except for the targeted individuals out there, they know what I'm talking about. They know that they use covert methods and all of this, and it is abuse. And it's covert, it's hidden for a reason. They use ways that you will know, but others won't, for a reason. And one reason is to hide their abuse, the other is to make you look crazy. And that's totally sick. They should not be allowed to get away with this. And um, staying home and cooking was one of the methods that I was using, but I began to eat unhealthily and, overeat because I'm always home and that's my hobby to keep me busy. And so I've decided to slow down the cooking videos, to slow down eating for a while in order to take care of my health. And I'm making this video to remind people that even though they abuse us at every turn, they sabotage us, we know that the best option is for us to continue to persevere and to continue to try, right? That's still the best option, even though whenever you try, they're going to show you that they're still going to abuse you and they're still getting away with it. Nobody knows. They're hiding it. Like, I checked Chat GPT today about gang stalking. They said gang stalking is the belief that blah blah blah. No, it's not a belief. It's what they're doing. What are you talking about? A belief? It's what they're doing to us. Gang stalking? A belief? Gang stalking is what it is. It's not a belief. You know what I mean? So We're the first people to speak out on this. This is the beginning of the system getting so much power that they can totally oppress individuals. And it's like cancel culture on steroids. They choose certain individuals, which people refer to as targeted individuals, to completely cancel, to completely oppress. It's not just internet cancel, it's not just shadow ban, it's complete oppression. And they cover it up and they use psychological abuse, covert tactics, etc. So I wanted to make this video just to get a video out there to get back in the process, because I've been um, cooking and eating as like entertainment, as a comfort, in order to escape the abuse. But I feel like that's not the right method, um, and I don't need to wait until you know, because I was hoping to have a channel about um, exercise or cooking or whatever, but I'm being pervasively abused on a consistent basis, and so I want to have compassion and understanding on myself. Okay, this is where I am. It's okay to just make a video where I am and speak out on this abuse that is happening to me and others. And that's a good thing, because I get back in the process, and instead of just allowing the abuse to continue and keeping quiet about it, like, I want to speak out on this. It's wrong, and they're totally covering it up. They're even using AI, which has the capacity to to interact with so many people. It's AI. you know 500 people could be asking it questions at the same time, and it could be individually interacting with each of those individuals. Now, who is programming it to say that? Do you know what I mean? Who's programming? Because they do that. It's bias. It's humans that choose what it's going to say on these type of topics. So that is so wrong, and it gives them so much power. They don't even have to do anything. One or a certain amount of people just needs to program that in, and it's done. Anytime it's asked about that, it will be shared. Even if it's 500 people at the same time in one day, it can interact with all 500 of them, when really it was just a certain amount of people got together and decided this is what we're going to say on that topic. You know what I mean? And there are people who are being constantly psychologically abused, and I'm one of them. And I want to get this video out there. Um, you know, People in my neighborhood are like, can you imagine not having a normal reality? You have a reality where people are specifically targeting you every single day with noise campaigns. And like, my mom even knows about this, my family knows about this. There are like super loud motors that go by, loud music late at night, loud dogs barking near my house late at night, keeping me up, waking me up in the morning, keeping me up in the music, keeping me up at night. The dogs barking near my house in the morning. You know, uh, they put into place so many things to where you individually will really be suffering. And I could understand how it may be hard for someone who's not experiencing this to not understand. But at the same time, I know that this is happening to me and certain other individuals, and it's total abuse. It's total, like, if there's a plant that is supposed to thrive, and then someone is like putting like a cover over so that it does not get rain, it does not get sunlight. There are human beings that they are doing exactly that too. And then on top of that, they also disturb it. You know what I mean? They disturb it. They, like with us, they play loud music when we're trying to sleep at night. You know, they have people get dogs around your house. They let it bark and let it bark and let it bark. For some reason, they don't stop that. They don't take care of the dog. They don't give the dog attention. They just let it keep barking. And they make loud fireworks, etc. And you try to shop at the store, and they're harassing you. They're staring at you. They do hand signs, etc. And at some point, I just couldn't handle it anymore, and I was like, well, you definitely can't react. Some people react, and I think that's a bad decision. But turning to food is kind of hurting myself. And I just wanted to share this video. That's where I'm at right now. I turned to food. I've been eating more than I should. And this is very difficult to go through. I'm sure other targeted individuals know what I'm talking about. It's so pervasive, meaning it's like wherever you, all over the place. And it's consistent, meaning it's every day, all the time. And by the way, for targeted individuals, words like these we've come to discover because, like covert, we've come to discover those words because that's happening to us. It's hidden abuse, right? But we also need to define those terms because we know them because that's happening to us. But I also wanted to like define those as best that I could during the videos. So yeah, it's pervasive all over the place. It's consistent. Every single time you go, they let you know that every single time you go, wherever you go, whether it's to the dentist, whether it's to the store, wherever you go, there's going to be people hand signaling you. There's going to be people staring at you. There's going to be people following you around. There's going to be slowdowns. There's going to be sabotage. There's going to be threats. There's going to be intimidation. That's being a targeted individual. That's gang stalking. And so I wanted to share this with everyone because for months now I have went into isolation. I've turned to video games and food, and it has allowed me time to get away from it. But it's so unhealthy. I'm being cut off. I'm being cut off, and if I dare to try to thrive, if I dare to try to do good things out there in the world, if I dare to try to grow, they intimidate, they harass, etc., as I've mentioned in this video. And that's what's happening to me. And they're even using AI to cover this up, and they're using so many methods. One of them that I mentioned is they use covert stuff. They'll abuse you in a certain way and then remind you of that, but other people wouldn't know it, right? So I wanted to share this video. That's where I'm at right now. I probably won't be able to make as many cooking videos, but I feel like because I've gained weight, I turned to that, and it has helped me a lot. It has helped me a lot. It's given me a hobby, but at the same time, I did pretty good cooking, and I gained weight, and at this point, it's now time to discontinue that. And since I can't, plus I can't even afford to keep that up anyway. I can't afford to always make a different video, and they keep us poor. They will sabotage us when we try to grow. Even when I try to open a book and study, they'll start playing music and slamming doors and honking on horns, etc. So, yeah, it's pretty bad, and I'm being held down. And so, if I turn to something like eating and I'm going to gain weight, etc., it's going to be unhealthy for me. They somewhat leave me alone, and I've had a while of doing that, but like I said, I'm gaining weight now, and I'm ready to discontinue that. And as pervasive as it is, and I've explained what that means, and as consistent as it is, no. At this point, although I gained weight, I still gotta post up the video. And you know, I guess I want to end this video by saying if you're a targeted individual, um, you got to keep trying. They keep, I know and I understand that they keep trying to be there at every turn. Every time you try to rise up, every time you try to do something good, they try to drag you down. But you have to continue for your own good. And I'm sure you know that. I know that. We all know that. The best thing you can do, you have to keep going. You have to. You can't let them make you be the reason. Do you know what I mean? Um, but I understand they make it hard because when you try to rise up, when you try to do something good, they try to attack you 10 times more. And for a targeted individual, you're going to have to struggle. You're going to have to try 10 times harder than the average person, and the average person has no idea what you're talking about. They have no idea. But none of that can matter. The fact that others don't know what you're going through, the fact that there are perps that continue to abuse you and get away with it, you've got a choice. Are you going to try for yourself, or are you going to just like give in? And I understand like letting go for a while in order to like at least heal and I thank God this does not diminish or excuse any of the abuse, any of it. But I do practice gratitude for everything that I do have. I always practice gratitude for that. But it does not excuse the abuse. So yeah, I'll end the video by saying please just keep trying. Please keep trying. I understand what you're going through. I'm going through too. And it's very real. It's very real. It's so pervasive. It's everywhere you go. It's consistent and it's totally abuse. And they're covering it up. And they use covert and wicked tactics, disgusting, criminal, disgusting tactics to abuse us. I understand. And so I want to get this video out. Keep trying. I know that they're doing this to us. I know that there is some real like robbery of liberty, privacy, freedom really happening in this country right now that so many people don't understand. But it is terrible. It's terrible. It's wrong. It needs to stop. And I hope it does. I hope it stops. Maybe someday it will. Okay, my battery's getting low. So yeah, please keep trying. Maybe someday this will stop. It's wrong. It's sick. And I just wanted to talk about it. I'm going to try to make more videos. It might not be on cooking because, like I said, I did pretty good and I'm happy with it. Like, I feel like I could have made a career out of that, but you know how that is. It'll be sabotaged at every turn. Thank God I at least have the freedom to cook in my own home. And they still, like, every time I go into the kitchen, they'll start a noise campaign, etc. Not every time, but like, they will start noise campaigns at certain times. Targeted individuals will know what I mean when I say a campaign. Like, it's all of a sudden, it's like harassment, it's nonstop, all of a sudden. And it's synchronized with when you go in the room, certain room, and all of a sudden, one thing after another, they deprive you of sleep, etc. So, I'm here to say that I understand. Please keep trying. I'm going to keep trying. That's what I've got to say for right now. See you in the next one.